Okay, and we are live. My apologies for being a little bit late today. I was working on something else that I had to get done really quick. Had to get a ganache in the fridge. Okay, so today we're doing some really quick and simple summer pretzel treats. Let me get a bowl for melting. Okay, so I got some dark chocolate melting wafers here, and I'm going to start melting those in the microwave, starting at 30 seconds. And then today we're using these little butter pretzel twists. I haven't tried these with doing a dip pretzel. I'm sure they're going to be still very good, but a little bit of a different shape. And then I have a couple fun summer sprinkle mixes here. This one's really cute. It has all these little palm trees and stuff, but I like to add like the smaller sprinkles first and then add little bigger chunky sprinkles. And this one's a cute one. This one is like a melon. One in a melon is what it's called. And it has little pieces of watermelon, as well as just some nice little colors there. But this one is definitely probably one of my favorite new summer sprinkle mixes that I've tried recently. It's just very bright and fun. Let's check out our melts. Okay, starting to get some melting, but of course there's a lot that are still pretty solid. So I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna do like 20 to 25 seconds for this one. Get some more melting going on there. Oh, and let me grab my edible glitter, I think is right here. I think I moved into my office. Never mind. So yeah, pretty easy one for today, but still very cute. These little pretzel sticks. It's a nice alternative to the like pretzel rods, because especially in my area, I can't find ones that are, you know, like a nice kind of like this size for a pretzel rod. They're all super duper long. So I like the pretzel sticks because it's a nice little bite. It's not a big commitment to a big old pretzel stick. Okay, I'm just mixing it through to see if the heat will help finish melting. Okay, I think all the little pieces melted. Nice. Okay, so we can start dipping. I think I'm gonna lower this a little bit. Gonna get a little bit closer here. Okay. So we're gonna start dipping, and we're gonna make sure we have our sprinkles ready to go, because these are chunky sprinkles. If it was like the sugar sprinkles, the colorful sugar sprinkles, then I usually will not add those directly after dipping because they kind of start to just sink and blend in. With those, I do like the drizzle over the top and then add them so you can actually see them. Hello, thank you for joining. Happy Friday again. That came very quick. Okay, so I'm gonna take out the chunky pieces and put them in a separate little bowl. Just because if you have too many of those, then it just doesn't look quite right. So I like to add those by themselves. Some of them are stuck together. Oh, these little pink bottles are so cute. Okay, I think that is good. And then same thing with this other sprinkle mix. It's not as many pieces, but still. We got some big old pink ball sprinkles as well as the watermelon pieces. Yeah, it bounced out. Okay. Yeah, I think I used quite a few watermelon ones for doing like a little cupcake. I think I have all those gone. Okay, but we just want to make sure that they're ready to go so that as soon as we add, or as soon as we dip and we put them down, we can add our sprinkles. Okay, and what are you making? We're making summer pretzel treats. These ones are a little bit simpler than some of the other ones I make where I wrap them in caramel, but I figure we're doing something a little bit different today. Hello, thank you so much for joining. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good one. Okay, so we're still nice and melty, so we're just going to start our dipping. And like I said, these are the butter twist pretzels. So I've done the sticks. I have not done these types of sticks before. I still feel like they're going to turn out very well. I like to leave a little bit of space while I'm holding on to it. I'm going to scrape the excess because we don't want it pooling around the bottom. And then just set it like that. And you could actually do a full dunk, but if you want to do like a pretzel little stick thing, you want to leave a little bit of space at the bottom like I did with this one. But you could just use forks to like kind of make sure it gets completely coated and then set it down. But I'm going with a little bit of a space for this to hold it. Do you remember me from last week's live? I do, Isabella. It's good to see you again. It's been, this week went by so fast. I still can't believe we're in August. We're already a week into August, basically. Like a little over a week. It's like the summer is just flying by crazy fast this year. Okay, so with these, we want to add some sprinkles immediately. Not too many of those. Those are still kind of big. Little white pearls. And then we can add a little palm tree. Even one of the little bottles that are super cute. Just like that. They're so cute and easy. I do love to wrap them in caramel, but I feel like it would be a little bit different with, I think, the butter twist because they're already twisted themselves. I don't know, maybe it'd be worth trying it at some point. I do love the caramel wrapped in chocolate dip pretzels. Those are a very tasty combo. Let's do a third one and then we can add our sprinkles again. We'll do the other sprinkles this time. Try not to get the white pearls in the other one, and then these little kind of like black pearls are still a bit chunky for the size. I feel like if I was doing pretzel rods, that would be a little bit better. But still just want to add a nice little variety here. Okay. We can even add a little, it's kind of, these chunky sprinkles are kind of big, so I don't know if I want to add them to those ones. Love your videos. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, let's do a few more. This live is a little bit shorter today, but these ones are super quick and easy. I will do a few chocolate covered pretzels to show you how to do that. I just pop it in there. And then I like to use like these long pronged forks. And kind of tap it. Oh, make sure it's kind of centered. Tap it to get rid of excess chocolate. Also get any kind of air bubbles to come to the surface. There shouldn't be too many air bubbles when you're doing the pretzel ones. I don't find that I have very many, but then just gently go like that. Do a few more and then we can do our sprinkles again. And just kind of like lift and put it down. I might not be able to see that very well. Okay. Do another one. Like lift with the other one. And these little like excess little swoops kind of that you're seeing of the chocolate will easily break off. So will not affect your final look. That's also why we tap off the excess. And then also I like to do a little scrape just to make sure that there's not that excess kind of ruining the final appearance of it. One more and then we can do some more sprinkles. And of course, if you have the edible glitter spray, that would be super cute to finish it off with. I left it in my office, of course. So I won't do it right now, but maybe I'll add it before I take some pictures. I don't know. Sometimes the shininess from it kind of ruins pictures over by, when I'm using the natural light by the window, they kind of reflect a bit too much. So sometimes I like to leave it plain for that reason. Okay, and then we can just go in with our little mix of sprinkles here. If I do, yeah, if the pearl sits on top and not falls to this side, that looks good. Fill in the space right there. I think this one needs a little bit more right there. And let's do some of the other one. Like I said, the other one has like even bigger chunky sprinkles, so I feel like these would be really cute maybe on a pretzel rod because they're bigger. But on these ones, they just are a little bit too big, I think. Maybe like as generous or not as you want with your sprinkles. And of course, you can also do where you dip it, let it set, and then just take a piping bag or even the spoon. It's just a little bit less consistent. And just do a nice little drizzle. And that's when I like to add, like the sugar sprinkles specifically. I think they stick, or they look a little bit better because if not, they just sink into the melts if you just do it like this initially with the sugar sprinkles. I love sugar sprinkles. I think they look like, basically a chunky edible glitter, but they do kind of disappear. So gotta be strategic when you're doing your dipping, which ones you're gonna include. Okay, so those are the two ways to dip our pretzels. And like I said, I know this one is super short and simple compared to some of our other lives, but it is nice to have a nice, quick, and easy one Like these ones are still setting. I could still kind of see a little bit of like glossiness from the unset melts. So once they have like that matte finish, or I could even, if I was careful, I could pop this onto a tray, stick it in the fridge, and let the melt set a little bit faster. But I'm just gonna let them set like this because sometimes moving them to a tray is a bit risky and could mess them up. So I will post pictures, of course, later, but this is pretty much what they look like. I just might break off some of the sprinkles that are a little bit awkward over here. And then like these little like wispy parts of chocolates, I break those off and to make sure it's nice, kind of clean looking sides. But yeah, besides that, I'm not seeing any new stuff in the chat. If anyone has any questions before we get off live, as always, check out the daily shorts videos. We have our next live next week, which I believe is back to school themed cookie pops, if I remember correctly from the schedule. But the schedule is up on the live tab on my channel. You can check that out for the next, I think it's like month or so of lives coming up. You can see what's coming up. Same time, same day every week. If that changes, I let you guys know ahead of time. And I have a tutorial coming out in the near future, working on that. And yeah, besides that, a lot of fun stuff coming up. What's your most challenging dessert to make or bake? Ooh, good question. So what's weird is that even before I started making cakes or homemade cupcakes or anything like that, like of course I made like a couple of things maybe in high school, but barely anything. I actually started after graduating college. I really wanted to make macarons, which I had never even made homemade chocolate chip cookie dough myself. So of course, start with the hardest thing. And it worked out pretty well. The only thing is that I still get hollow shells, which really annoys me. So that's why you probably haven't even really seen one on my channel, because they are very finicky and things can go wrong so easily between, over mixing, under mixing, getting your macaronage right, and oven temperature, and just all the things. So I definitely want to try out macarons again. I actually have like a list of people that are like, the next time you make macarons, I want some. So I definitely need to try those again. But I would say, yeah, those are, for the most part, everything else is, pretty, unless I pile on myself and I have too many things I'm trying to do at once. That's, kind of makes it probably the most frequent complicated thing I do. Here to increase my attention span because it's cooked. So. But yeah, thank you for your question. I would say at the moment macarons, just because those hollow shells, I've been able to get them not hollow once or twice, and for the most part they elude me. So that is something that I really want to finally have down, that I don't yet. Besides that, in terms of like a savory thing, then I don't know, there's something about hollandaise. I have not been able to make a hollandaise yet. I don't know why. I've tried it multiple times, and just for some reason hollandaise is just not friendly with me. Does not want to work with me. Thank you for your questions. Does anyone else have, we're still on live? I think, oh, this one might be set. Yeah, so like just barely set, but like I said, you can kind of break off those little excess pieces back there. I'm gonna break off this little sprinkle looks a little bit awkward. But there's our cute little pretzel stick. I think the twists actually work out pretty well. They're just a little bit different, of course, from the regular thin sticks. I kind of like that they have a little bit of a different look to them. Breaking off some little awkward sprinkles there. I really like having the chunky sprinkle placed on it at the bottom. It looks like an extra decoration. But yeah, if there's no more questions, I'm not seeing anything new in the chat. Yeah, I hope everyone has a really great weekend. Like I mentioned, all the fun stuff coming up. Check out the, tips for melting chocolate. There's people who like to do a bain marie or like a double boiler. I get very nervous about that because it could get water in your chocolate and then it's going to seize. So I avoid that entirely, and microwave is my best friend. In terms of Like I typically use, if you see me on a lot of like lives and that kind of stuff, I usually use these dark chocolate melting wafers or the white vanilla version. They're just, it's kind of similar to tempered chocolate. It's not quite, it's definitely not like the quality of chocolate, but it makes it way easier because tempered chocolate is also one of those things where I think I've been able to do it once, but it's still a little bit tricky. But yeah, I prefer, you know, a nice microwave safe bowl and just melting it in the microwave in short increments, just to make sure that you don't burn it. Because as soon as you burn it, you got to toss it, which is very unfortunate because chocolate is pricey. Same thing with the candy melts also. You can't, if you have it in there for too long. So you want to do on the shorter side and then kind of, you know, stir a little more frequently in between. I hope that answers your question. If not, or if you want me to like elaborate a little bit more, then make sure to pop it in the chat. We'll stay on for another minute or two just to make sure I don't have any other questions. But thank you so much for the questions. I really appreciate it. I love being able to answer questions on the lives as well. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Looks like we're all caught up. Okay. If we don't have anything else, make sure to pop it in there because we're finishing up now. Thank you so much for joining me today for our live. Like I said, very, very simple, very quick and easy. Next week is back to school theme because apparently that's happening now, and which is hard to believe. It's, you know, summer's just going by so quick. So yeah, that'll be fun. We're gonna make, I think, an apple cookie pop in honor of back to school time. Like I said, you can check out that schedule on the on my channel for on the live tab just to make sure when things are coming up. I think I also posted like a 6 or 7 week schedule on my community tab last week as well, if you'd like to check that out. But in the meantime, make sure to check out community tab and shorts videos and all that kind of fun stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys have a really great weekend. I will see you very soon. Love anything apple. Oh, yes, yes. It's especially I like to make like an apple cider cake with like an apple compote and caramel filling. It's so good. I haven't made it in a while, but I'm thinking I need to I might want to get some apple cider to make the cake actually apple cider, like taste like apple, for our apple cake pops. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for our live today. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you so much for the questions. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I'll see you guys same time next week, same day, and all that kind of fun stuff. I hope you guys have a really great weekend. Try and stay cool out there because it is still very, very hot. But I'll see you guys very soon. Okay, bye.